Hi, I am glad that you have joined my Wi-Fi hacking course. My name is Shubham Parekh and I will be your instructor for this course. This course is to the point and includes some of the important methods which has capability to crack Wi-Fi protected access encryption, or should I say WPA or WPA2 encryption. I have performed all the attacks in real environment but with sufficient permissions. I advise you not to use any of these methods in order to harm anyone. You may use all of these methods to test the security of your own Wi-Fi. All you have to do is just follow my footsteps and do as much practice as possible. At the end, I have included some of the important security tips which definitely help you to protect your Wi-Fi from various external threats. Okay? So, let's begin. Our today's topic is network and networking devices. A network consists of two or more computers that are linked in order to share resources and to exchange files. The networking devices are: first one is LAN, that is local area network. Second is modem or Wi-Fi router. Third is switch or server. And the last is Bluetooth. But in this session, I am going to teach you about Wi-Fi routers. A Wi-Fi router is a device that performs the function of a router and also includes the function of a wireless access point. It is used to provide access to the internet or a private computer network. And these are mainly of three types. First one is wired, second is wireless, and third one is hybrid. Now let's see the difference between wired and wireless router. From installation point of view, a wired connection is rather simple to set up. All you need is a connecting cable from your computer to your router, and wireless network take a bit more work to set up. And you will need to place the router in a location where your computer will receive a clear signal, and from security point of view, wireless network do pose some security risk because they are usually being broadcast in public places. Wireless signal encryption offers some protection, but wireless is still not secure as Ethernet and other wired connections. Here are some tips to secure your Wi-Fi router. Your first tip is change the SSID so that it is difficult for attackers to guess about manufacturer name and model number of router used. Our second tip is activate encryption. Use the latest encryption, that is Wi-Fi protected access 2. Our next tip is activate firewall for both private and public networks. Then turn off guest networks. Our next tip is turn off Wi-Fi protected setup. Then disable DHCP and use static IP range instead. Our next tip is turn on MAC address filtering. And our last tip is change the default password and use a strong password instead. Strong password means a combination of small and capital letters along with numbers and special characters, as you can see in this example. Okay? Now let's talk a bit about IP addresses. So, what is IP address? IP address is a unique identity of a computer system in a network. There are two types of IP addresses, or we can say there are two versions of IP addresses, IP version 4 and IP version 6. IP version 4 is a 32-bit network address and IP version 6 is a 128-bit address. And there are two types of IP addresses. First one is public and second is private. Public IP address is the one which is provided by your internet service provider to your modem. And private IP address is the one which is provided by your modem to the PC. Okay? Let's not deep dive in IP addresses, so that's it for this tutorial. Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Our first method is brute force attack, and this is the theory part of brute force attack. Before proceeding to the practical part, you must know answers of below questions. Our first question is, what is brute force attack? A brute force attack is a trial and error method used to obtain information such as user password or a PIN, that is personal identification number. In a brute force attack, automated software used to generate a large number of consecutive cases as to the value of the desired data. This method tries each and every possible combination to get the desired password. Our second question is, what is brute force decryption? By password guessing, this method is very fast when used to check all short passwords, but for longer passwords, other methods such as dictionary attack are used. Because a brute force attack takes too long. Now, our third question is, how does a brute force attack work? A brute force attack would likely start at 1-digit password before moving to the 2-digit password, and so on, trying all possible combinations until one works. And our last question is, how long does it take to crack a 8-digit password? Well, it depends on which type of password you want to crack, simple or complex one. It takes around 6 hours to 84 days depending upon the password used, and it is the weakest method among the 3 methods I have chosen. But when other attacks failed to crack the password, then brute force attack is the last hope of attackers and pen testers. Now at the end of this tutorial, I want to tell you about the sequence of methods explained in this course. I have placed methods according to their capacity to crack the security. That is, my method number 1 is the simplest and less effective than the remaining 2 methods. My second method is more powerful than the first one but less effective than my third method. And my last method is the most powerful to crack the security of any Wi-Fi. Never underestimate any of these methods, because who knows which method works in a specific situation. Okay? So that's it for this tutorial. Hello and welcome to the practical part of brute force attack. For your information, I am using Kali 2.0 as attacker machine and Windows 8.1 as the target machine, which is connected to a Wi-Fi. And for this practical, I am using an external wireless USB adapter, which is attached to my Kali Linux, because my internal wireless adapter is already being used by Windows 8.1. So to verify this, run ifconfig command and see WLAN 0 is my external wireless adapter. So our first command is airmon-ng. Okay, so airmon-ng check kill. Use this command to kill processes that can cause problems in future. Our next command is airmon-ng start WLAN 0. Use this command to put wireless interface into monitor mode. Then use aerodump-ng WLAN 0 mon. Okay. Use this command to start capturing packets, and as you can see, we have an available Wi-Fi network and 2 devices are connected to this wireless router. It is mandatory that at least one device is connected to our target Wi-Fi in order to crack the password. So for now, use Ctrl+C to stop the process and continue with our command. Then use this command aerodump-ng with an option -c, which stands for channel number. In this case, the channel number is 1. Okay. So use 1, then --BSSID, which is the MAC address of the target Wi-Fi. Okay. So copy this from here and paste it in our command. Okay. Now use -w to save the captured packets and mention the path. So I want to save the captured packets on desktop by name test. Okay. Now mention the name of wireless adapter and press enter. Okay, now it's time to send the authentication packets to steal the authentication. But before continuing to our next command, see the files created on your desktop. Okay, so these are the files. And in this file, our captured packets have been saved. Okay, now open a terminal and then use our next command, which is airplay-ng with an option -0. Here you can mention the number of deauthentication packets you want to use. For now, I am using 200 deauthentication packets. If you want, you can use 0 for endless counting, that is, you have to stop it manually. Okay? But I am using 200 number of deauthentication packets to attack on my target machine. Now use option -A to specify the access point and mention the MAC address of modem. Now use option -C to set the destination, which is in this case is my physical machine. So I have to mention MAC address of my physical machine. Okay? And mention the name of wireless device and then press enter. Now as you can see, it starts attacking on my Windows machine. Okay? It is a type of a DOS attack, you can say. We are doing this just to capture the handshake, okay? And when the process gets completed, you can see WPA handshake with the MAC address written here. Okay? Now it takes a little bit time to catch the handshake, so I am going to pause this video for now. As you can see, we have got the handshake. Now it's time to perform brute force, and for this we are using the crunch command. So crunch is used to make a possible number of passwords. You have to mention the minimum length of password you want followed by the maximum length of the password. Okay? And at the same time we want to match this password with the original one. So we use aircrack-ng with an option -A2 followed by option -B and MAC address of modem. -W stands for Wordlist. For now, we have left it blank because we are generating passwords and matching it at the same time. And at last, mention the path of the file where we have captured the packets. Okay? And then press enter. Now our brute force attack is generating a long number of possible combinations. Okay? It is trying from the very first alphabetic letter, that is A. But if you want, you can specify your own letters. Okay? So now it takes hours to get the real password, and I am ending this tutorial. Hello and welcome to this tutorial. This is the theory part for dictionary attack. Now, what is dictionary attack? A dictionary attack is a technique or method used to breach the computer security of a password protected machine or server. A dictionary attack attempts to defeat an authentication mechanism by systematically entering each word in a dictionary as a password, or trying to determine the decryption key of an encrypted message or document. Dictionary attacks are often successful because many users and businesses use ordinary words as passwords. These ordinary words are easily found in a dictionary such as an English dictionary. Now, what are the limitations of dictionary attack? There are three main limitations of a dictionary attack. First one is delayed response. The second is account locking. And the third is use of multiple word password. First is delayed response. A slightly delayed response from the server prevents a hacker or spammers from checking multiple passwords within a short period of time. Second is account locking. Locking an account after several unsuccessful attempts, for example locking after 3 or 5 unsuccessful attempts, prevents a hacker or spammer from checking multiple passwords to log in. And the last limitation is dictionary attacks are not effective against systems that may use multiple words as password. And there are some similarities between dictionary and brute force attack. Both dictionary and brute force attack are guessing attacks. They are not directly looking for a flaw or bypass. Either can be online or offline attack. You can easily find a password dictionary online ranging from 1 MB to 97 GB. So that's it for the theory part. See you in the practical session. Hello and welcome to the practical part of dictionary attack. As you know, I am using Kali Linux version 2 installed in VMware Workstation and I have Windows 8.1 installed on my physical machine. Both are different operating system and each of them has different wireless adapter. Remember, you only able to hack any Wi-Fi if it is connected with at least one device. I mean, it is not possible to hack a Wi-Fi if it is not connected to any device. Now, when I use if config command, I see that there is a new device connected to my system and it is a wireless device called as WLAN 0. But if you look carefully, this device has no IP address for now. So let's start our attack. So our first command is airmon-ng check kill. It is the same command as we used in the brute force attack. Use this command to kill any process that can cause problems in future. You may use this command with sudo if you are not a root. Our second command is airmon-ng start WLAN 0. This puts your wireless interface into monitor mode. Monitor mode is the mode where you can capture all packets even if they were not directed to your computer. Now to start capturing packets, use this command. aerodump-ng WLAN 0 mon. And as you can see, your system starts capturing all the packets which is in the range of your wireless adapter. And there is one connection available, you can see here. This is the one connection which is available for now and it is also our target Wi-Fi. And there is one device connected to this wireless router. Okay, now there are two devices which is connected to this wireless router. So now to capture and save packets of Wi-Fi, first of all we have to stop this process by pressing Ctrl+C. Now use this command aerodump-ng with an option -c which stands for channel number. Now our channel number is 1. So I use 1 --BSSID which is the MAC address of our target modem. This one. Copy and paste. Now use option -W to specify the path where you want to save the captured packets. For now, I want to save it on desktop by name test. Okay. And at last, mention the name of the wireless adapter. As you can see, some files are created on your desktop. Now we try to steal authentication from one of the device connected to our target Wi-Fi. And for this, open a new terminal and type airplay-ng with an option -0 and mention the number of deauthentication packets you want to use in this attack, followed by option -A which stands for access point and paste the MAC address of our target modem. Then use option -C to specify the destination, that is the MAC address of our target machine or target device which is connected to our target Wi-Fi. For now I am going to use the MAC address of my own physical machine. Okay. And at last mention the name and press enter. Right. Kali Linux now started attacking on Windows 8.1 and soon it breaks the connection and we get the WPA handshake. But it takes a little bit time, so I have to pause this video for a while. As you can see, we have got the WPA handshake, which means we got the password in encrypted form and it is saved in .cap files. Now it's time to crack the password, and for this use the command aircrack. So aircrack-ng -A2, 2 is the number stands for WPA. If you want to crack WEP, you can use 1 here. Use option -B, then specify the MAC of modem and then -W which stands for Wordlist, that is your password dictionary. Mention the path of password dictionary here. And at last mention the path of the file in which we have saved our captured passwords or packets. I am using here star.cap to include all the files with an extension .cap, and now press enter. See, it shows an error because I didn't got the password in the dictionary. Okay, it is so because I have not mentioned the original password in the dictionary, and also I have used a very short dictionary because I want to just show you the demonstration only. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial. Welcome to this tutorial. Our third method is Evil Twin method. Now, what is Evil Twin? Evil Twin is a type of Wi-Fi attack similar to website spoofing and email phishing. Here is how an Evil Twin attack works. A hacker sets its service identifier or SSID to be the same as an access point at the local hotspot or corporate wireless network. The hacker disrupts or disables the legitimate access point by disconnecting it and directing a denial of service attack against it or creating radio frequency around it. Users lose their connections to the legitimate access point and reconnect to the Evil Twin, allowing the hacker to intercept all the traffic to that device. It is the best method among all the three. So this is the short explanation about Evil Twin method. That's it for this tutorial. See you in the practical session. Welcome to the practical part of Evil Twin method. I am using Wi-Fi Slacks 4.11 for this session. As you can see on your screen, there are many options available. You can choose third option, change to English menu, but sometimes it doesn't work. So I opt for first option. Then again select first option, which is by default selected. Now it initializing Wi-Fi Slacks. And I have to pause this video as it takes around 2 minutes to start. And here is the desktop of Wi-Fi Slacks. Now open the terminal given below along with Chrome and Start button. Now type linset. To open this method, linset is not a social engineering tool. Now linset is starting in a while and it only works when it gets our external wireless adapter. If you want to use your internet wireless adapter, then you have to either install Wi-Fi Slacks on your physical machine or make a pendrive bootable with Wi-Fi Slacks and then run it. You can download ISO of Wi-Fi Slacks from internet, and for this go to the Google and type index of Wi-Fi Slacks ISO. Okay. Now select first option because we have only one wireless adapter available here. Now again select the first option to start monitoring process. And when you get the name of your target Wi-Fi here, then stop this process by pressing Ctrl+C. But for now we have to wait until we get the name of our wireless router here on our screen. I got the Wi-Fi name and one other device connected to it, and when I stop the process by pressing Ctrl+C, I get this screen. Okay, now select first option and press enter as it is the only available Wi-Fi. Now again choose the first option which is recommended by your system. Now press enter. Select aircrack-ng. Again select the first option. Now it starts the DOS attack and looking for WPA handshake. As you can see, we got the handshake. Now it's time to confuse our target by making a clone of target Wi-Fi. And for this, close the terminal and select the first option. Then again select the first option. Now select your language. I selected English for now. It started the process. Now we have to wait until our target gets into it. Actually, we have two access points with the same name. And when our target clicks on fake Wi-Fi and tries to connect, then a login page opens up asking for password to connect, as you can see on your screen. Okay? But for this session, I am using Firefox. Okay? You will soon receive the same login page which can appear on your Chrome, but I want to open this page in my Firefox because Chrome has such a security that it doesn't send the password our target types in. So I prefer Firefox for this practical, and as I type the original password and press enter, I get the same password in my Wi-Fi slacks in a while. Okay? It takes around 15 to 20 seconds to get the original password. After user enters the original password, all processes get stopped and shows the password on your screen. Yes, it is the original password of my target Wi-Fi. Okay? And until user doesn't click on fake Wi-Fi, he is not able to use his original Wi-Fi. So that's it for this tutorial. Here are 5 important tips to secure your Wi-Fi from the attacks we learned in this course. So our first tip is use password which is larger than 12 digits so that it is too hard for brute force and dictionary attack to crack the password. Our second tip is always use complex password like this and not this one. Okay. Our next tip is disable DHCP and use static IP address instead. Then define a range of IP address by yourself to allow specific IPs to get connected. And our last tip is enable as much security features as available in your Wi-Fi settings like MAC filtering. Okay? So that's it for this tutorial. Do you want to control the internet connection for all the systems in your network without having the appropriate permissions? If yes, then let me show you how to do that. First of all, let's open your browser and type download Netcut. Netcut is the tool we are using for this practical. Archive is the official website to download this tool. Let me click on this second link because it will take me directly to the download page. Now, there are two versions here, Netcut 3.0 and Netcut 2.1.4. It mentions that it supports only Windows 7, but trust me guys, it will also work on Windows 10. But the problem with this older version is sometimes it fails to detect all the system in your network. So let's go with the latest one. Click here and the downloading will start. But I will not do that because I already have that on my desktop. See, this one is the older Netcut, that is 2.1.4, and this one is the newer version 3. So let's start with the new. I already downloaded this. If you want to download, then like any other software, just double click on the setup, next and finish. Remember one thing, when you are installing this Netcut version 3, it will also ask you to install WinPcap. Now what is this? WinPcap helps your application to capture and transmit network packages bypassing some protocols. Okay, so install that also. Now click on open. And you will see this one 192.168.1.103. This one is the IP of my router. Okay, it also mentions Cisco Linksys, right? Now this one 192.168.1.111 is my laptop, okay, which is I am using right now. And this one 1.105 is my smartphone, and this one .112 is my another smartphone, okay, is also mentioned brand Samsung, right? Now let's see how to cut internet connection of any system in your network, and your target will never know that he is out of connection, because this tool reduces the speed of the internet connection of your target machine. It will only allow 2 or 4 KB downloading speed. Okay, so if your target check that what's wrong with his system, it shows that he is connected to the internet but the internet is down, right? And how to do that? Let's see. You are seeing a bar, this bar, see this one, right? Using this bar you can reduce the internet speed of your target. See, As I am reducing the speed, it is going red, right? Now it depends on you how much speed you want to assign a particular system. Okay, so I select 0 here. Now you have to trust me guys that I am unable to use internet from my smartphone. Okay, it's showing me that I am getting 3 kbps downloading speed, right? But I am still connected to the internet. And if we not use net cut and we directly disconnect anyone from our network, definitely he will find out. Okay, it will show on his desktop that he is disconnected, but in our case our target assume that he is connected to the internet. Okay, so that's the basic difference between net cut and without using net cut. Now you might be thinking that someone also can cut your internet connection also. Okay, but see, on my desktop, on my laptop, I am getting .111, but I have no option to disconnect my own internet connection, nor I have the option to disconnect from router. That means router and my PC are both secured. And how? Because of Defender is on. See here, Defender is on. Here is another tool, that is Netcut Defender, which is inbuilt in version 3, but for version 2, see, this one is version 2. Okay, and if someone is using version 2, then he needs to install Network Defender separately. See, this is the setup of Network Defender and this is the setup of Netcut version 2, but in version 3 it comes along with the software itself, so there is no need to install Defender separately. Okay, but if I turn this off, now there is a huge possibility that anyone having the knowledge of Netcut can disconnect me from my network. Okay, now you might be thinking that no one is going to disconnect this router, right? No, it is possible to disconnect router itself. Yes, it is possible to switch off router by sitting on your machine without having the permission to do so. Let's see how to do that. Open the Netcut version 2, that is older version of Netcut. It says please run Netcut as administrator. Okay, now in older version you are going to see this is our IP and it mentioned that protected by Netcut Defender. Yes, while other three are not protected by Netcut Defender. Okay, and I already told you that 103 is our router. Yes, so you can cut the internet connection from here. Just select your target and click on cut off. If I cut off, then you will see that I am not able to use the internet connection. Let's see, let's check it out, and let's try to open google.com. It's not get disconnected because it is protected by Netcut Defender in version 3. Okay, so no problem, resume that, select and click resume. Okay, so this way if version 3 is not running, we can also disconnect router itself. Okay, So let's go back to our version 3, and here you will also see the MAC address of all the systems, right? Now click on this link. It says it has been copied to clipboard, right? So you will know the MAC address of all the systems along with the IP and other information. Close this. Let's close this one. Let me turn off. Right. Now let's again open the older version. Now in older version, it also provides you the option to change the MAC address of your target system. Suppose I want to change the MAC address of this one, right? Go to change MAC. You will see this is the original MAC it has. Now let me change it to this. Click on change, right? And click close. It says the MAC ID has been successfully changed, right? But it will not change here. Don't worry about that. If you refresh this and resume again and again, it will definitely change the MAC address of your target machine. In this lesson, I am going to show you how you can reset a user password in Windows 10 without using any third-party tool. Okay? So for today's practical, I am using a feature called sticky keys. I hope most of you already know about this feature, and for those who don't, let me show you. Just press Shift key 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this feature runs at our login screen. Okay, so sticky keys is an accessibility feature in graphical user interface that causes modifiers to remain active after being pressed and released. Easier to do keyboard shortcuts, right? So for this power of this virtual machine, and let's start it again. But keep in mind, we need a Windows 10 DVD, a bootable DVD or a bootable USB to perform this practical, okay? Let's start it. Press any key from your keyboard to boot from CD. Press enter. Now it says loading files. See, I am performing this practical in my virtual machine, but the steps are same for the physical machine as well. And yes, you will need a Windows 10 DVD or a bootable USB for this practical. But don't worry, in the next lecture, I will show you how to perform the same practical without using the ISO, right? Here click on next to continue. Now instead of install now, press repair your computer. You will see 3 options: continue, troubleshoot and turn off your PC. Click on troubleshoot. Now select advanced options and select command prompt. See, now you have access to your command prompt. I know that it is running from your Windows DVD, but it will actually give you the access of this machine as well. Press C:, enter. Type dir. Okay. Now type D: enter. See, I have installed my Windows on D drive in my virtual machine. So let's type cd Windows and again cd system32. Here we will see how we can use sticky keys. So first of all, let's copy that file of sticky keys with the name set HC, that is set high contrast, and new name is set HC backup, right? Now copy cmd to set HC. Yes. Now what happens is, the next time we press shift key 5 times, instead of opening the actual set high contrast, it opens a command prompt. I know it's a window loophole. Now close this. Either you can press continue or you can go for turn off your PC and then start it again. I will click on continue and I am going to pause this video until it's boot up. Now see, we are on the login screen and press shift key 5 times again. Okay, so we have our command prompt. Now type command net user and username. It's an existing user. See here on the login screen, I have already a username Shubham. So let's change its password to 123456. Hit enter. The command completed successfully. Now let's see how we can create a new user. So net user abcde and password abcde/add. Okay, now let's make this new user abcde as an administrator. For this, use net local group name is administrators, mention the username /add. That's it. So what we have done is, first of all, there is a user called Shubham, but we don't know its password, so we have reset this to 123456. Then we have created a normal user abcde, okay, and then we have make abcde an administrator without knowing the actual password. Okay, so let's go close all this. Now restart the machine and wait for login screen. So here is our login screen, and see, we found two different users. So let's log in with our new user, that is abcde. Okay, so in this way we can reset a password in Windows 10 using the Windows 10 ISO file. Let's see how you can reset the password of Windows 7 without using any kind of software, right? So first of all, let's open Windows 7. Now, if you are not able to see this screen or these options like launch up, startup, repair, what you have to do is, you have to suddenly power off your physical machine on which you are running Windows 7. Okay, so select this option. Now Windows is loading some files. Let it load. See, I am performing this practical in virtual machine. Okay, but virtual machine itself think that it is a physical machine. Virtual machine never know that it is performing in a virtual environment. So the steps are exactly same. Okay, now it has started repair. Okay, now I don't know how much time it would be going to take. Maybe it will take around 2 minutes, or sometime it take around 10 to 15 minutes. So let me pause this video for a while. Now we have this dialog box. Here you will see an down arrow option. Click on this. Go to the last, and here you will see a file, .txt file. You have to open this file. Okay, now go to file and click on save as. Here change this to all files and go to C drive. No, in this case we will go to D drive because our window files are stored in D drive. Now go to Windows, search for System32. Here you have to find out of application name Utilman. Utilman is your utility manager. Okay, now rename this. Let me copy this and rename to Utilman 1. Now find command prompt application. You can press C and then search for your files, or you can press CMD quickly. Okay, very quickly. Now rename this to Utilman. Right? Now cancel this, close this, also close this, and click on finish. Okay, now our virtual machine gets closed. But if you are performing this on your physical machine, then your machine will be shut down, or sometimes it restart automatically. But if it won't, then you have to start it manually. Now let it start. So Windows is starting, and now you will see your login screen. Okay, see, we have a username ABC, but we don't remember this password. Okay, we don't remember its password, so let's reset that. Click on Utility Manager. But as we rename CMD to Utilman, our command prompt has been opened. Here you have to type control user passwords 2. Okay, control user passwords 2 and hit enter. Here you will see your username which belongs to administrators group, and at below here you will see an option of reset password. So click on this. Now either you can type a new password or you can leave it blank. In our case we prefer to leave it blank. Click OK, close this, and now don't type any password here, okay, as the password has been removed. Simply press enter. See, it's too easy to break the password in this way. Okay, now remember at the start of this lecture I told you to get launch startup repair option you have to power off your machine suddenly, but that work only in case when you are performing this practical on physical machine. But what if you are performing this practical on virtual machine like me? So in that case you first of all power off all this. After closing virtual machine you have this dashboard. So if you are using a virtual machine, go to settings, go to storage and remove this ISO file, remove this optical drive. Okay, this is the ISO file using which I have installed Windows 7, right? So remove this attachment. As soon as you remove this attachment and you start virtual machine, you will directly see the launch startup repair option. That's it.